See the Spurs getting ready to go.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Hollywood Sports again. Once again, I want to bring you guys another game of the finals, the NBA finals. And now we got the Miami Heat going up against the San Antonio Spurs in San Antonio at the AT&T Center. You know, and as I told y'all in game 2, in my game 2 video, that it played exactly how I said it should play if Miami were to win this game, and I kind of want to go over those things again.
Then for the San Antonio Spurs, Tony Parker at the 1 and Danny Green at the 2.
You know, I think this is going to be another deep game. I think the strategy is going to get tougher and tougher as they play each other. So this is now game 3. I think Miami is going to have to respond to the crowd in San Antonio, because they've had the crowd on their side for game 1 and game 2. And I thought they had a great game plan for game 2, but now it's game 3. And so I want to talk about some keys to this game tonight. First of all, I want to talk about Tony Parker. And like I said in my second video, game 2, they needed to keep him out of the paint, and they did an excellent job doing that in game 2, keeping Tony Parker out of the paint. They basically just kept him out of the paint, and if you do that, you can clog up San Antonio's offense. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is why and how they kept Tony Parker out of the paint. Is that they played sort of a zone. They played a zone on him. And so, and that could, you know, when they blocked the paint playing that zone, they couldn't space and set screens like they wanted to, which is San Antonio's game. They set a lot of picks and screens, and they spread the floor on you so Tony Parker can penetrate. And I thought Miami kept him out of the paint pretty good. I mean, he still got his points, but they slowed him down, and they basically slowed down that offense. All right. And then another thing I had talked about is them keeping Tim Duncan out of the paint. Also, keeping him off the block, because when Tim Duncan is down on the block, either on offense and defense, he's very dangerous. You know, he has a lot of experience down there in the block. So they disrupted him in the block, and they double teamed him. They did a lot of different things, and they kind of rattled his game. And he's up there in age, so I think they did a good job containing Tim Duncan around that basket also. And then, man, you look at Mario Chalmers. Like I said, he had to make a difference. I said that in the game 2 video, that he had to understand he's an NBA player. And he's out there to make things happen. And so now they had to key on him. I think he was a surprise for them, for San Antonio, because he was really being aggressive. And so that takes the heat off LeBron James and Bosh and Dwayne Wade, because now they got a fourth guy that they need to worry about being aggressive and taking the ball to the hole. So I thought that kind of surprised San Antonio a little bit. And then eventually, as you know, Miami Heat went on to a big lead and took over the game. So Mario Chalmers needs to do that for game 3. He needs to be aggressive and make it a lot tougher for San Antonio with their great floor defense to stop Miami, because they can't stop everybody. All right. So then you look at Ray Allen. I love the way Ray Allen came up big in game 2. He played like Ray Allen. He played like a veteran. You know, when Chalmers was penetrating, making things happen, he took a lot of pressure off Wade. It took a lot of pressure off LeBron James. And then, it made things happen. So when they tried to clog that paint up, he threw it back out. They threw it back out to him. They threw it back out to Miller. And so they spread the floor on them. All right, so I thought Ray Allen did a great job. Now, when Ray Allen comes into the game, they have to worry about him shooting those threes. which is really going to spread out that floor. And when LeBron James sees a spread out floor like that, he's going to make things happen. They might be able to put some holes in that defense of San Antonio. And it might sound like I'm for the Miami Heat. I am. My son likes the Miami Heat. And so I'm telling you, what do they have to do to win another championship? If they don't, well, let's go to the next point. I want to talk about Bosh. Bosh played good in game 2. I mean, he let the game come to him. He wasn't trying to force his shots. He was patient and waited for his spots to do his thing, you know. Whether it be an alley-oop from an assist from a LeBron James or Chalmers. I mean, he let the game come to him. He played patient. He waited for his spots. So I thought that was important. And Bosh played the boards pretty good and played good defense. And then I want to talk about Ginobili. Manu Ginobili. He is a slasher. He has to slash to the basket. He can shoot threes, but he has to slash to the basket to make things happen. And with his age and injuries right now, he can't do that for 48 minutes or 32 minutes or whatever, how long he plays. So I thought they kept him out of the game, basically. Once you shut Tony Parker down, you shut their offense down because they can't do what they want to do. Tony Parker still got in the lane a few times because he's good at it. He's good at coming through that hole and getting into that paint. But I thought they did a good job disrupting the offense as a whole. And one thing I wanted to go over is that when you look at half court versus fast break, San Antonio is a half court team on offense and defense. They love playing the half court game. They love slowing the game down and setting you up. Now Miami's advantage is the fast break. They like the fast break. So whoever plays each other game is who's going to win the series. If the Miami Heat tries to play San Antonio in the half-court game on defense and on offense, they're going to get beat. They're going to get beat. Because as you saw in game 2, Miami wanted their run. I mean, it was fast breaking. They had some nice fast break, fast break drills is what I call it. They had some nice fast break drills in this game. And so they made it look easy when they went on their run and took that big lead. But they got to play their game, and San Antonio has to play their game. The one that plays their game will win the series. And the one that disrupts the other team's game is going to win the series. So the Heat needs to clog that paint and limit Tim Duncan down in the block. And I think those are the two keys that they have to do. But they still have to watch those role players shooting those threes. Because when you clog the paint, you leave the outside open. So the Heat's definitely going to have to watch those three-point shooters. Because usually, if a three-point shooter get hot, they can blow up in the game really quick. All it takes is maybe 1, 2, 3 three-pointers, and the game can get away from you. So look at Cole. Look at Cole. He even has to be aggressive. Everybody on that offense has to be aggressive when they come out on the court. They cannot depend on LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Bosh. Okay. So I think the one that limits each other from their style of play is going to win this game. If San Antonio can keep the crowd in it and slow it down, I think they'll win this game. But it's going to be hard. And the Heat definitely, man, that was a nice shot right there. And the Heat definitely is going to have to withstand that crowd and how they react against that crowd. Because they get that crowd in the game, it could be over that way too. So those are some very, very important keys I think it takes for each one of those teams to win the series. There you got halftime.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. Hope you're enjoying the
Again, everybody, thanks for watching Hollywood Sports.
And we welcome you back.
Alamo, San Antonio, Texas.
Checking out the game LeBron is having. He's got 4 points and he's pulling down some big rebounds.
So those are basically the keys in this game. They got to keep Miami Heat has to keep Parker out of the paint. They got to limit Tim Duncan off the block, so he can't do whatever he want to do. and they have to not play half court with San Antonio, and they'll win this game. Because LeBron James gonna do his thing, and I think Dwayne Wade's gonna pick and choose his spots when he gets explosive and try to rest that knee of his. And Chalmers need to play exactly the same way. Now we look at San Antonio. Some kind of way, Tony Parker is gonna have to get in that lane like he's trying to do right now. See, he handles that ball a lot. They gotta keep him off. Keep him out of that paint. They keep him out of the paint. They keep San Antonio from winning. And they got to keep Tim San Antonio has to get Tim Duncan going. Because, like I said, he's a veteran. He knows how to work down in that block. On offense or defense, he's an expert, basically. He's got good moves. He plays good defense. So those are the keys. If San Antonio wants to win, those are the keys they have to do. And their role players have to make some good shots. And somebody from San Antonio has to be somebody has to be a surprise that comes off like Chalmers did in game 2. Somebody in San Antonio is going to have to do that for them to win this game. So those are the keys for both teams. So, look at Wade. See, Wade's going to have to be aggressive too, but he has to pick his spots. He can't irritate that knee. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot.
He knows how to finish when he gets that close to the hoop.
Now Parker.
But as y'all watching the game tonight, watch those keys that I talked about. Keeping Tony Parker out of the paint. I don't know how many times I'm saying that, but Miami has to keep him out of the paint from penetrating and keep Tim Duncan off the block. They won't succeed the whole game or 100% of the time, but those are the keys they have to work on doing. And for San Antonio to win, they got to do the same thing. They got to play their game. Tony Parker somehow got to get in the paint and work on getting some assists and finding some open guys. They're going to hit some big shots. And since that crowd is going to be in the game for San Antonio, they may have a surprise guy come off the bench and start hitting some shots. They got some shooters on that team.
6. It's the Heat. 12. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the 4th. Who's had the Sprite uncontainable game in this one? Well, let's go to Doris Spurs.
The series is tied up 1-1. And some people say it's not going to go 7, but we'll see. That was a nice shot by LeBron James. That left hand falling to the floor. All right, Miami's winning 12-6. See Tim Duncan right there. Ginobili putting the ball in.
Spurs trail by 6.
Got my backup point guard Joseph in there for San Antonio.
Here's Joseph.
I think the bench play is important too. When Duncan goes out of the game or LeBron goes out of the game, that's when the role players and the team has to play together, play in rhythm. And they have to play with chemistry. And they can't not come in and not be focused in this game. So the bench players that come in this game, I would talk to them like crazy if I was a coach. You guys come in and do not panic, do not force the game. Play your game, run our offense until we can get our starters some rest. Look at Bosh. I think Bosh was in a nice rhythm last game. He was a nice, smooth rhythm. Yeah, he had a rhythm on his shooting his shots. He was hitting on net. Like I said, he was patient. He played his game. He didn't start panicking.
Ginobili outside.
Ginobili, he can make those moves to the basket too, but he can't do that too much. There's Neal. Oh man, they cannot let that happen. If San Antonio, if Miami let San Antonio get boards like that, that's another thing that could hurt them. Especially being at home when that crowd's in the game.
Now here's Wade.
Now Wade's gonna have to pick his spots, and also Cole. You see Cole with the ball right there. See, guys like that, they're going to have to be aggressive too. They can't just come in there and expect all the stars to do all the work.
And it's Wade penetrating, and it's
rejected. Oh, Wade got that block.
Well, not much they can do at this point.
See, they don't have to worry about San Antonio fast break. That's not them. They'll do it when it's open, but that's not their offense.
And it's Miami with the rebound.
Wade pushing it. 3 seconds. Oh, he didn't shoot.
this one.
All right, everybody. Again, don't forget to subscribe to Hollywood Sports. And as always, until next time, everybody. And enjoy this nice trailer I got at the end of the video. Thanks a lot. Until next time.